As the internet becomes more deeply integrated into every facet of life and business, the need for reliable and scalable web hosting has never been greater. Understanding these types will help you determine the best environment for your site based on your needs, budget, and growth potential. In this video, we delve into the different types of web hosting explained: shared hosting versus VPS hosting versus dedicated server, the basics of web hosting, what it means and why it matters. At its core, web hosting is the service that enables websites to be accessible via the World Wide Web. A hosting provider offers space on a physical server, usually located in a data center, where all your website's files, databases, and resources are stored. When a user types your website's domain into their browser, it sends a request to that server, which then delivers your site's content to the user's device. But while this process may sound straightforward, the architecture of the hosting environment can vary greatly depending on the type you choose. Some environments are shared among hundreds of users, while others are completely isolated. The difference between shared hosting, VPS hosting, and dedicated hosting is essentially a difference in how much of the server's resources you control, how much performance and customization you can expect, and how much responsibility you bear for maintenance and security. Choosing the wrong hosting type can lead to issues like slow load times, frequent downtime, limited scalability, and compromised security. A low-traffic blog may work perfectly well on a shared server, but a growing online store with thousands of products and daily visitors could suffer under the same conditions. That's why it's crucial to understand what each hosting type offers before committing to a plan. Let's begin by examining the most basic and commonly used option: shared hosting. Shared hosting, the affordable entry point for beginners. Shared hosting is the most accessible and budget-friendly form of web hosting. It is particularly well suited for beginners, bloggers, students, and small business owners who are launching their first websites. With shared hosting, your website resides on a server alongside numerous other sites, all of which share the same pool of server resources: CPU, RAM, disk space, and bandwidth. Hosting companies manage these servers and optimize them to accommodate as many users as possible, which allows them to offer shared hosting plans at very low prices, often starting at just a few dollars per month. One of the main attractions of shared hosting is its simplicity. Most providers offer intuitive interfaces, drag and drop site builders, one-click installations for CMS platforms like WordPress, and 24/7 technical support. These features make it possible to launch and maintain a website without any advanced technical knowledge. Many shared hosting packages also include bundled features such as email accounts, SL certificates, automated backups, and basic security protections, which further enhances their value for newcomers. However, the very thing that makes shared hosting cheap, resource sharing, also introduces limitations. Because your site is affected by the activities of others on the same server, performance can be inconsistent. If a neighboring site suddenly experiences a spike in traffic or consumes excessive CPU, your site may slow down or even crash. Additionally, shared hosting environments often restrict the kinds of software you can install or settings you can modify. This lack of flexibility can become a serious limitation as your site grows in complexity or traffic volume. In terms of security, shared hosting is generally safe for non-sensitive websites, but it is inherently riskier than isolated hosting solutions due to the potential for cross-site vulnerability. VPS hosting, the middle ground between affordability and control. For users who outgrow shared hosting or require more flexibility, virtual private server VPS hosting serves as a powerful next step. In a VPS environment, a physical server is divided into multiple virtual servers using a technology called virtualization. Each VPS functions as an independent server with its own dedicated resources, operating system, and file system, even though it still shares the same underlying hardware with other virtual servers. This structure provides a compelling balance between cost-effectiveness and performance. VPS hosting offers significantly better performance than shared hosting because your allocated resources are yours alone. Even if other VPS users on the same server experience traffic spikes or technical issues, your site remains unaffected. This isolation leads to greater reliability and speed, especially during peak traffic periods. In addition to performance improvements, VPS hosting also offers far more control. Users typically receive root access to their server, which allows for custom software installations, server configuration, and enhanced security measures. This makes VPS ideal for developers, web agencies, and medium-sized businesses that require specific applications or environments that shared hosting cannot support. That said, VPS hosting introduces a level of complexity that not all users are ready for. Unmanaged VPS plans place full responsibility for system maintenance, software updates, and security configuration on the user, which requires technical proficiency. Managed VPS plans are available, and these include administrative support from the hosting provider, but they come at a higher price point. Cost-wise, VPS hosting falls somewhere between shared hosting and dedicated servers. While it is more expensive than shared hosting, it's considerably more affordable than having an entire server to yourself. The scalability of VPS hosting also makes it an attractive option for growing websites that anticipate future expansion but aren't quite ready to commit to dedicated hosting. Dedicated server hosting, maximum power and full control. Dedicated server hosting is the gold standard of web hosting solutions. With this option, you lease an entire physical server exclusively for your website or application. This means all the server's processing power, memory, storage, and bandwidth are dedicated solely to your use. There is no sharing, no virtualization, and no competition for resources. This level of exclusivity makes dedicated servers ideal for large-scale websites, enterprise applications, streaming platforms, or high-traffic online stores that require maximum performance, reliability, and security. The biggest advantage of dedicated hosting is performance. Since you're not sharing resources with anyone else, your site benefits from consistent load times and can handle vast amounts of traffic without degradation. This is especially important for businesses that depend on real-time transactions, like e-commerce stores, financial platforms, or media services. Dedicated servers also provide unmatched control. Users have full administrative access, allowing them to choose their preferred operating system, software stack, and security protocols. This degree of customization enables businesses to tailor the environment precisely to their operational and compliance needs. Of course, all this power comes at a cost. Dedicated hosting is the most expensive of the three options, with monthly fees often exceeding $100 and even higher for high-performance or fully managed plans. Furthermore, managing a dedicated server requires advanced technical knowledge. Software stack and securing data need to be handled either by an in-house IT team or outsourced to the provider. Many companies choose managed dedicated hosting to alleviate this burden, but the costs increase accordingly. Still, for organizations with demanding workloads and strict performance or security requirements, the investment in a dedicated server often pays for itself in terms of reliability and brand reputation. Scalability and growth considerations across hosting types. Scalability is an essential factor to consider when choosing a web hosting plan. As your website evolves, so too will its traffic, content demands, and back-end complexity. A site that works fine on shared hosting today may outgrow its environment in 6 months, necessitating a more robust solution. Shared hosting offers very limited scalability, while some plans include slightly higher limits on storage or bandwidth. They cannot accommodate sudden or significant growth. When performance issues become apparent, migration to VPS or dedicated hosting becomes inevitable. VPS hosting offers more flexibility in scaling. Many providers allow you to increase your resources, such as adding more RAM or storage, without migrating to a new server. This makes VPS hosting a suitable option for websites with unpredictable traffic or seasonal surges, such as online shops during holidays. Security, maintenance, and support. Hidden factors that matter. Security is a critical aspect of web hosting that many newcomers overlook. Shared hosting, due to its multi-tenant nature, is inherently more vulnerable to security threats. If one site on the server is compromised, others may be exposed as well. While reputable hosting providers implement firewalls, malware scanners, and account isolation, the risk remains higher than with VPS or dedicated hosting. Shared hosting users also have limited control over security configurations, which may be a deal breaker for websites handling sensitive data. VPS hosting improves security by isolating each account within its own virtual environment. This limits the impact of any single compromised account. With root access, users can configure firewalls, install advanced security software, and implement custom protocols. Dedicated hosting takes security to the highest level. You have full responsibility and full control over your security measures, which allows for implementation of enterprise-grade solutions such as intrusion detection systems, multi-factor authentication, and encrypted data storage. Conclusion: choosing the right type of web hosting is not just a technical decision, it's a strategic one. Shared hosting offers simplicity and affordability, making it perfect for beginners and small websites. VPS hosting provides a balance of performance, control, and scalability suitable for growing businesses. Dedicated hosting delivers unparalleled power, customization, and reliability for high-demand environments. Each comes with its own set of strengths and limitations, and your decision should reflect the specific needs, budget, and future plans of your website. By understanding these 6 key points, you are better equipped to make a hosting choice that ensures performance, security, and success as your online presence evolves.